A very good morning to everyone. We were discussing executive. Okay, so we have discussed different forms of government. Today we will discuss the power of president. Okay, discretionary power of president. Discretionary means optional power of the president. So what are the powers of the president? In India, being the formal head, the president has a huge power, the most important power. Okay, so the first is that the president has a right to be informed of all important matters and deliberation of the council of ministers. The prime minister is obliged to furnish all the information that the president may call for. The president often writes to the prime minister and expresses his views on matters confronting the country. Now, the president has the full right to know whatever is happening in the government. Though he do not have any power to decide what is wrong, what is right, but he has the power to be informed. And it is the duty of the prime minister to inform president on each and every thing, whatever is going to be happen in the government or the parliament, what decisions they are taking, everything has to be informed to the president. It is the duty of prime minister and the council of ministers. Okay, so this is one of the most important power of the president. He cannot decide anything, but he has to be informed. Information should be there with president, whatever is happening in the government. So that is one of the most important power. Beside this, there are other three powers of the president. Okay, the three discretionary power of the president. Okay, so the first is that president can advise council of minister if he has to add or change something. Like council of minister are a group of minister that has been chosen by the prime minister. The council of minister has to be from the Lok Sabha. Prime minister is the head of Lok Sabha, leader of Lok Sabha, and the council of minister has been formed by the prime minister. This council of minister are the most important member of prime minister. Okay, whatever decision they were taking for India as a whole, for a country, first prime minister will discuss everything with the council of ministers. So you can say that council of ministers are the right hand of prime minister. So like we have discussed, prime minister and the council of ministers has to inform president about their discussion, about their decision. So number one point, or the first power of the president, is that president can advise the council of ministers or the prime minister about their decision. If a president has to add something or president has to change something, okay, he can only advise. But the council of ministers can again send the same thing. Like whatever report they have sent, the council of ministers has sent one report to the president. Now president says that there should be some changes in that report. President will advise that, but it's up to the council of ministers whether they want to change or not. They can even return the same decision to the president. Okay, so one of the power is president can advise, or president can ask the council of ministers to reconsider their decision. Whatever decision they have taken, please think about it once. This president can ask. Okay, so sometimes when a request sent by the president to reconsider the decision, this naturally carry a lot of weight. When president is saying something that you have to, though council of minister has the power to not change anything, but when sometimes president says that no, this has to be changed, at that time this simple thing carries a lot of weight because he is the president. Okay, so that is one of the power. Second power is that if a bill passed in a Lok Sabha session, except money bill, the ordinary bill only. Okay, if an ordinary bill passed in the Lok Sabha, we have you know that the bill has to be signed by the president only, right? Without president's signature, that bill cannot become a law. So in order to make a bill a law, a president has to sign. So when a bill has been passed in the parliament or the Lok Sabha, that bill will be sent to the president for his signature. Now it's up to president that whether he want to sign that bill or not. Sometimes president can say that please reconsider your decision or change something in it. Okay, though again here again same thing, council of minister and the prime minister, whether they want to change or not. And now in this second point, second power, president has one more power. President can keep that bill with him for a long time. There is no fixed term fixed. Okay, like a president has to sign within 5 days or the president has to sign within 10 days. There is no such things. So the president can keep that bill with him without signing it. That is another power. Okay, but only ordinary bill, not the money bill. Third power is that appointment of prime minister. The president has the power to appoint prime minister if there is no majority in the Lok Sabha. Sometimes, in some cases, there will be no majority in the Lok Sabha because prime minister is the leader of Lok Sabha. That means he has the majority of Lok Sabha MPs. Okay, member of parliament. Member of parliament has to select one person as a prime minister. But if there was no such majority or the Lok Sabha will not decide, we were not able to decide who will become our next prime minister, that time president has the power to choose a prime minister. Sometimes in some cases there were 2-3 members who appear as a candidate for the prime minister's position. At that time president has to decide, keeping this in mind, that will that person be able to handle all the situation, will he be a good future for India. So he has to think about all these things and then he can decide or he can elect the prime minister. Okay, so these are the 3 important power of the president. First, the president can advise to the council of minister and the prime minister. Though council of minister have the power or the right to not change anything, but if president says something, that naturally carries some weight. Okay, number 1. Second point, bill. If a bill has been passed in the Lok Sabha, president can ask the council of minister to reconsider their decision, or the president can keep that bill with him for a long period of time. There is no such fixed period, but this bill has to be an ordinary bill, not the money bill. And the fourth power is that the appointment of prime minister. If there is no such majority in the Lok Sabha, that time president has the power to choose the prime minister. Okay, sometimes in coalition government, or sometimes when there were 2-3 person came as a candidate for the prime minister's position. Okay, now in our in the 4 parliamentary election held from 1989 to 1998, no single party or coalition attained a majority in the Lok Sabha. The situation demanded presidential intervention, either in order to constitute government or to grant a request for dissolution of Lok Sabha by the Prime Minister, who could not prove a majority in the House. It may thus be said that presidential discretion is related to political condition. There is greater scope for presidential assertiveness when government are not stable and coalition occupy power. Now, in our last 4 election, when there was no such majority, in the Lok Sabha. That time presidential interference or presidential intervention required to constitute a government. Okay, sometimes president can dissolve the Lok Sabha, or sometimes president can have in some state or some India there will be a presidential rule. President can directly control in that particular area if there was no majority in the Lok Sabha, because the majority in the Lok Sabha means the Prime Minister, the leader of the Prime Minister. Okay, now in a parliamentary system, the Council of Ministers is dependent on the support of the majority in the legislature, the parliamentary. Okay, the Council of Ministers has to have a majority from the Lok Sabha. The member of the Lok Sabha has to select them, or Prime Minister, if Prime Minister is the leader, because Prime Minister is the leader of Lok Sabha, he will appoint the Council of Ministers, and the Council of Ministers has to have a support from the Lok Sabha and the majority of the legislature. This also means that Council of Ministers may be removed at any time, and a new Council of Ministers will have to be put in place. Okay, now the Council of Ministers can also be removed, and a new Council of Ministers can also be formed, because all of them are the member of Lok Sabha only, and they should be the majority of Lok Sabha. People has to vote for them. People, when Prime Minister selects Council of Ministers, that times there should be the member of Lok Sabha has to agree on that. Okay, and the legislature also. So when the Council of Ministers can be removed from the office, at that time a person required, or a head of state required, who has a fixed term. So here president has a fixed term. He has a fixed term of 5 years. President has the power to remove Council of Ministers. Okay, Prime Minister has the power to appoint Council of Ministers, and the President has the power to remove Council of Ministers. This is exactly the role of President in ordinary circumstances, besides when no party has a clear majority. Okay, if there is no clear majority, at that time President can remove the Council of Ministers, or President can appoint Council of Ministers, and the Council of Ministers has to have a majority in the legislature. Okay, so Prime Minister has very important power to appoint Prime Minister and to run the government of the country. I hope all of you understood. If you have any question, please let me know. And in our next class, we will discuss about Prime Minister. What are the power of the Prime Minister? You have to remember President's, you just remember 3 points, okay? 4 points. First one, the President and the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers has to inform. The President has the right to inform by Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. So if they are taking any decision, they have to inform President. Without informing President, they cannot decide anything. Though President do not have any power to change their decision, President can only say reconsider. President can only request them to reconsider their decision. But President has the power to be informed everything, whatever is happening in the government. That is the first discretionary optional power of the President. So altogether there are 4 powers. So you have to remember that, okay? In next class we will discuss about Prime Minister.